I'm put this part in.
I know, right?
Yeah, because you tried to get me. Y'all look at
But you do the editing.
Huh? And I'm editing that in.
Well, the problem is this table's too close to the rail.
I told you could have moved it.
No, I was gonna sit.
No, the problem is.
Are you trying to sit on this?
Is the cushion because I lost all my butt and I need a cushion to sit on.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, you ready?
Always.
Honey.
Yeah. What?
Honey.
What?
I want to do a video to show our appreciation to the tribe that subscribed. Let me tell you this. For those that wanted me to fry chicken is at the end of this video.
Okay.
He sure ate it up, y'all.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he
ain't
did.
no shame in my game.
And so I have the video. I'm showing you about fried chicken towards the end of this video. But once again, this is an appreciation video. Just to kind of call it, because we do try and type, but I'm a talker, okay? And the first person, I know it's hard to believe.
Wait a minute. How you starting the video? Who are you? What is this show?
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing? Oh, come on now.
Look.
She's so excited. She's so excited about this. Yeah.
Hey everybody, my name is G Brown, G Brown the Lifestyle Changer, and
I'm Frederick Brown, the husband.
And this is Hanging with the Browns. You're so right.
I'm waiting. What happened? Did I miss something? No, you got it, baby. I know.
You next to me, getting me all confused and flustered. All right. Let me see. Shayla Joe Johnson, 6716. All right. Actually this last video that we did, you say I also work at the Children's Hospital and the Autism Behavior Health and Endocrinology cases are at an all-time high. I also have an autistic grandchild. It is real. And you were kind of commenting when I was saying in the interview with Carrie, when I was talking about that, for how they're introducing sugars and everything to us, that like our children are now the ones having babies, and they, I don't want to, for lack of a better word, their insides are polluted where they thought they were eating right because it's on the shelf. Mm-hmm. They have the commercials. Mm-hmm. They're showing us these different things, not knowing that your incubation time now, autism is on the rise. ADHD is out the window, around the block, and everybody is diagnosed. And it's all stemming from food.
But you know what's also sad? I was just thinking about this as you were talking. Most of the stuff that's in the stores, all of it probably should be FDA approved, right? What does that really say?
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Just leave it at that. All right. Actually, I have another one to Shayla. Listen. Okay, let me just forewarn y'all. One of my favorite videos on the channel has to do with us reminiscing because we were riding down that street and I saw that store and it brought back so many memories, and we were...
What was the store?
The Alphabet Store. So I even have on there, it's my favorite. But then, see, she don't leave me out here by myself. She said, honey, she had a bottle of Merlot every 2 days and a large trail mix with some M&Ms and raisin and the nuts every 2 days, and wonder why I was fat. Because that's what we kept saying over in there. Wonder why I was fat. She went on to talk about Applebee's and different things like that. And I love how you ended it. You say, ooh wee. Instead of saying those were the days, she said those were the painful days. Yeah. And baby, you hit that one on the head.
Out of the park.
Yeah, it's like for everything. Now I'm sitting up here trying to drink that tall glass of wine because I'm in pain, right? Trying to numb my senses, and then doggone it in the morning. You really you're paying for it twice.
Yeah. And I can't remember waking the next day. Oh, why did I do that? I hate I did it, you know.
And then trying to blame it on me.
Right. I did.
And wonder why we was big.
That woman.
You know what? Okay.
Let me
go
do
ahead.
one. I got one from, it was our first video, really, when I was talking about being on the carnivore diet with no gallbladder. and I got a comment from Join Me in the Dirt 5186, and they said, when I saw the title, I thought no one talks about a gallbladder. Thank you. That explains the yucky smell. We restarted 2 weeks ago, and now I'm feeling better. My doctor told me to get off the diet 2 years ago, but I'm getting back on. I'm interested in how you eat when traveling. Wow. Yeah, we just did a video when we went on the cruise. We talked about some of the foods that we eat, especially when traveling on the road. We had stopped at Harris Teeter. My wife bought some
Corned beef. And beef pastrami.
Beef pastrami. I also made occasionally what I'll get is the Big Mama.
Oh, he shouldn't
and a beef jerky. Yeah, it is a little process.
No,
it is a little process.
It ain't got nothing to do with process. First of all, we shouldn't even be snacking. But we know. We know the reason why I do it is because.
Stop. The only when we travel on the road like this, I'm doing all the driving, right? I'm doing all the driving.
No, you didn't.
So in order for me to help stay awake, I do need to chop a little bit.
I keep trying to tell him it is very difficult as the passenger.
Right.
That's a lot of riding I be doing.
Right. So, but that's just when we're in the car. But for the most part, when we're on the road, we found that Wendy's, they make you can order a la carte and get their 3-pound burger. I may do 3, 4, maybe 5 of those. Eat pound and a half of burger, and that's only $1.50 here. A burger. So it's still very economical, not expensive at all, and you're getting all your meat. I've tried McDonald's with the quarter pounders. I think Wendy's is better. I tried Burger King. I still think Wendy's is better. So right now, Wendy's at the top of the food chain for us. I know we just interviewed with Kerry, and he was talking about out in the Midwest as a restaurant called Carnivore, I think he said, out in the Midwest.
I forgot to.
And
but an In-N-Out burger,
which I haven't tried.
Cookout, just places like that. But I can tell you, what is it, Five Guys? They don't have the side. How much you end up paying?
Yeah, Five Guys. They wouldn't do a la carte. At least down in Florida. I don't know about anywhere else, but I did in Florida. But it was on a business trip, so it didn't matter. So I just expensed it. But if I had to pay for it, I don't know that I would have done that because I probably spent $30 on a few burgers. So I don't think I would have done it taking that route. But nevertheless. And then on a cruise ship, we went through and we showed you how we go through and select our meats, trying to make sure we find the fattiest meats. Even when we're ordering restaurants, we're sticking straight to just the meats. We even showed on the train ride recently where we went through the menu and picked out their signature steak, and that's all we had.
So let me just add this. Before we started Carnivore, we were already intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
And so the problem is that I have a small stomach. And so when we were intermittent fasting before, I was eating all the wrong stuff. So really didn't matter. Now, what I'm finding is that if I try to eat once a day, I don't take in enough and I get very weak. So the intermittent fasting window is what I do. And so I have to say to you, I'm like super, super, super proud of you because you really do try and make sure. You'll ask me, have you eaten yet? Because when the acid in my stomach starts churning, it doesn't feel like what it feels for you guys. Let me just tell you how my system is so different. So let's say, for instance, back when I did drink, and if, how sometimes you drink and then all of a sudden you had that one and say, uh-oh, you messed up. For most of you guys, that mess up will last an hour and a half or 2 hours. For me, it's 20 minutes. 20, 25 minutes, it's as if I didn't have a drink.
Our stomach doesn't absorb it.
It doesn't absorb like you guys do. So that acid in my stomach is like really, really, really trickery. And because of that, example today, I got up and, I was going to have some sausage and eggs, but on one of the cooking shows, that I have not aired yet, I did the meatballs with the little cheese in it wrapped in the bacon, and I had one of those just to calm the acid down, let it do what it do, and then later I actually ate another one, and then for dinner my husband got me a steak. So that's how mine is broken down, but for him, he's only eaten once, which was like 1.5 steaks.
Yeah.
So that's how that is different. Here, I got one. Judy M. Stead said, "Gee, you are so vibrant and wait, you want to read it?"
What? Let's see.
Go ahead.
Gee, you're so vibrant and a fresh air. Wow.
Go ahead.
You both remind me of Ashford and Simpson.
So I have to do something.
Wait a minute. What she said, and I'm waiting to see.
You ready?
I'm waiting for you to bust it.
Solid
as a rock. I don't even know the song.
I know.
I don't listen to it.
Solid as a rock. Doom, doom, doom. Yep. So that one was for her because she said she was waiting for me to bust out into Solid as a Rock. Girl, that's how you go get because I can't sing.
Yeah, well,
it sounds good to me, though.
That's never been one of my favorite songs, but I can see what she means, where she's going with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so here, let me do one more. Letty15 said, "Hi, G, thanks for sharing your journey. When you mentioned your restless leg, I thought of a Dr. Berg video that discussed thiamine deficiency as a possible cause. When I first went keto low carb, I began having restless leg at bedtime, and that she had started a vitamin B1. Well, let me just say, and Godspeed on my journey, let me just say that the restless leg that used to happen every day, and it depended on what I did during the daytime. Like if we went for a drive, it was going to happen in the car, but it did take place every night. Now, if every 3 to 4 days, I can't even remember. I don't know. I told you the other night, I end up putting on compression socks.
Yeah.
And boop, that was it. So since then, I probably had to wear the compression socks 4 times. I had to wear them once on the cruise, and the cruise was 4 or 5 nights, and I only had to do it once. And then since we've been back from the cruise, I've only worn them once.
So it doesn't happen as frequently as it did.
And
before this, it was daily. Nightly.
No, it was every day.
Yeah,
every day. And then, like I said, if we took a drive, there's my foot up in the window.
Yeah.
So I will say this. I believe that this way of life now is in stages. You have your first 30 days, your 3 months. People mark off a 100-day, 6 month, and I believe by the time I reach my birthday, where I'm turning 60 in July, that I will have no issues, restless leg, just nothing, and getting rid of this extra 15, 20 pounds.
Yep.
Now I'm calling it and claiming it.
I hear you, baby. Go ahead. Now, there's another one comment from my first video on the gallbladder, and it is from Carnivore Essie, I guess. Hope I said that right. Carnivore Essie. She said, "My husband and I are sitting in the car listening to your story about your gallbladder. He will be having the operation on July 27, 2023, and doesn't know what to expect. I'm enjoying you both, feeling sad that you ever had to do vegan. My daughter is a vegan. Well, I hope surgery went well on the 27th.
Please let us know.
Yeah, please let us know. I hope surgery went well.
I believe she'll see this one because she comments with us.
So it wasn't clear to me whether or not that he was planning on doing carnivore or is doing carnivore, but it'll take some getting used to. He's just going to have to find out what his triggers are. And once you find out what your triggers are, and I think what I've learned, especially being on carnivore, that's going to help tremendously because your body, you're going to process 98, 95% of what you take in. So you're going to have very little stool. The problem is going to be initially with the fat and the grease, and that's going to take a moment for you to get out your system. Once you get that stuff out your system, you shouldn't have a problem. I know now with my gallbladder, I don't even fear eating or going anywhere like I used to, because most of the stuff is metabolized. So, I don't really have an issue anymore when it comes to
But
my
before
gallbladder.
we did carnivore,
Yeah, of course. But, again, if he's not going to do the carnivore diet,
He's gonna have
you're gonna have to be careful, because until you find out what your triggers are, I mean, you can
But see,
find
you
yourself
s-
in places. You can find yourself in places in a bad situation, a predicament, and have an emergency. It's just the way it is.
when you say that, I think about times where we would go to the restaurant, you would order the same thing. It didn't bother you the last 2 times. But this time, for whatever reason, we can't leave the restaurant now. Oh my God, let me tell you, do you
Yeah,
remember we
but-
were on the road
Yeah.
and then you got to the
But here's the
bathroom
thing.
and it was
Here's the thing.
messed up?
Yes, you can say that, but I want to put a comma by that, because some people used to say that lettuce would trigger them. Lettuce wasn't a real issue for me, but
No, lettuce was, romaine wasn't.
but no, but what she's really alluding to, I think, in my opinion, what's really being said is that, yes, one day, a particular food may bother you, and the next day it may not, but it may be a combination of something else you've had, right? So I don't know if we really detailed, okay, on this day when I ate this, I also had this and that. So it could have been a combination of things that caused it, and we just kind of concluded that on that other day this was it, when it may be a little more involved in
I
that.
agree with that. I
Yeah.
do. I agree with that. But okay, so from the wife perspective, I went and bought him a medium-sized backpack, and in the backpack was wipes, his own roll of toilet paper, an extra pair of underwear, and some bathroom spray, toilet seat cover, because I would never know. It would stay in the car, and if we went in somewhere, it was a backpack. You can just walk with it, because forget the fact that he had to go. If you're using a public restroom,
You don't know
I
what you're
wanted
gonna
to
do.
always make sure. I even bought some blue things that went over your shoes. He just never had to use them, but I promise right now, today, they in the car.
Yeah. She's got a point. She did do that, and I would carry the bag, because when you're out in public, you don't know what the restroom situation is going to be like, and then when you have that emergency, when that time comes, you don't have time to negotiate and say, "Well, I am not going to do it here." Yes, you are, right? So you need to be equipped. So that was what we did.
Yes.
Right.
All right. So I know in regards to that one, sir. Lionel Santiago, 5346, said, I started Carnivore to help my back, also from a herniated disc and bad sciatica in both legs. I'm trusting the process. I'm barely 2 months into it, and I felt many other changes except my sciatica. Hopefully, it'll help down the road. And so I'm going to say, just like my restless leg, everything is gone. But every now and then that will, kind of flare up, for lack of a better word. But I will say this, I'm looking forward to those markers I just talked about. Your 3-month marker, your 6-month marker, your 1 year. And as you keep clicking right along, you'll one day just notice, honey, you pain free.
Yeah.
You're doing all kind of things, and it is going to work for you. Let me just do one more real quick.
All right.
Zip, 1964. So I'm assuming that we're born in the same year, right?
Yeah.
You get ready to be 62. All right. It feels like there is a change now. You are starting to see and hear ordinary people curing themselves by changing what they eat. Such a simple but such a difficult step for many people to take. He's been carnivore at the time of this one for 7 months, and I don't call it a diet anymore. This is how I want to eat and live. So, Zip, I hope that you, and I believe if you 7 months in, honey, you ain't turned around, especially at our age. Because I know doggone well you feeling 33 on the inside. So that in itself is a plus. And you're right. But I'm going to give another plug out to my brother from another mother, Carrie. When Homestead How. I always want to say now, y'all. Right. But I will say this. I don't know what the carnivore community was like prior to him entering into it. When we started, I ran into Carrie's video. He was 3 weeks in, and we might have been maybe 7 to 10 days in. And so his enthusiasm, I said this before, he made me want to start carnivore, and I was already on it. Carrie has changed the carnivore game in regards to the community. He has brought people together. There's a special anointing on that man's life to the point where he's even putting together a documentary. Mm-hmm. And I think that's phenomenal. I'll put that information down. He has a 24-hour live that he's doing where he's pulling the community. I don't recall, I haven't seen, not saying people didn't, collaborate, but to this degree, he not only wants to do it here on YouTube, but get this documentary on Netflix. Mm-hmm. So more people know about this. That's how great this way of life is. I won't even call it a diet. That's how great this way of life is. I now am living how I was intended to live. Your turn.
Yeah. All right. So this is from at William Norris 6257, and this again was back from the first video. He said, "We love a day and what the Browns are eating. I suffer from gout and have been on medication for over a decade. Tired of pills and tired of feeling miserable. 51, and I feel like 81. Well, William, he also said, I am loyal to Royal Caribbean as well. Can't wait for that video. My next cruise is on Harmony of the Seas next March. Well, William, we've talked, and that was the first video. So hopefully you've continued to watch and you'll see, and you've seen some of the foods that we eat. And as far as the gout is concerned, I shared that once I started with this carnivore, it was about a week, 2 max, where I got off all of my inflammation medication, and that includes gout and other unknown inflammation that was occurring in my body. And but you got to be true to yourself. I mean, there's something my wife and I were talking about. Be wary of those that say negative things about carnivore when they probably haven't given it an honest chance. So I think you give it an honest chance and be true to yourself and really stick to it and eliminate the carbs and eliminate the processed foods and stick with the proper human diet and to feed your body the nutrients it needs. You'll see a quick turnaround. I'm pretty sure you will. It'll take care of itself. So as of this video, not only do I not have gout issues anymore, I don't have high blood pressure. So all of my ailments.
You don't snore.
I don't. Yeah, she said I don't snore. I mean, that's a great feeling, to know that I'm no longer making music for her.
It was at one point the window was open and the neighbor came.
You know what? You need to stop. You need to stop.
Me and the kids talking.
You need to stop.
You really
it was bad though. It really was, because she did record me a few times and it was kind of scary. But anyway, my wife always say that she feels 33 on the inside. So I believe, I feel good. I feel like I'm 20.
Ooh, and he act like
testosterone is up. I feel like I'm 20.
And he act like it too, y'all.
She runs. She's scared.
I'm running now.
Yeah.
But I'm smaller.
I'm chasing.
I'm chasing. Solid. Solid as a rock. Okay, listen. Now, my girl Plum 1018, she get on me about cooking, and I tried to say that it's like bacon, egg, sausage, egg. Y'all already know how to make that, but I talked about how I fry chicken in tallow, and I use pork rinds as my flour. And right after this, right here, we're gonna wrap it up shortly. That video is at the end, and I also did another one that I will be posting. And I even got my husband bringing in the meats and doing a whole cutting show and everything by himself. I ain't even in the video. Y'all might see me like walk by in the back. He did the whole show by himself. So did you start out by saying this Frederick Brown or the Browns, the husband?
I don't know. When you edit, you'll find out.
Oh Lord, I don't know what he said. All right,
we'll do intro for it just in case I did.
But that it's right after this. But this is the one I'm gonna leave on. I don't know why my sex video doesn't have more views than what it has. So I'm gonna have to do another one. Okay? I am, because I'm smaller from this one right here. I'm gonna have to do another one. I'm gonna have to get a little detail with y'all. But listen, Judaism Stead 5484 made a comment. Absolutely correct on the better sex part. All right, because she did watch it.
Confirmation.
I came to Keto Carnivore to heal after radiation and chemo to my fun bits. That was up top, right? Having that area basically sunburned, sticking to a diet that makes almost no waste was essential to my healing, as I still had a functioning GI system. She's 6 years post-treatment now, but this is the part I like. Okay, she said, full sexual function and do not need to rely on lubrication to help with moisture. Okay, so
I can testify to that one. You can, I don't know, I mean, you can testify to that
I'm
one. 16
when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So she is telling the truth.
That's
so
true.
listen, there are so many benefits to this way of life, and ladies, listen. You might not want him with that big old belly, because I tell everybody his penis is up in the belly, but if he lose it, it pop back on out. Boop. Yeah.
You know,
See,
if you wanted me to...
Wait a minute, you was trying to catch me saying something, but I'm super nice all the time. That's the part. All right, guys, so listen, you asked for it, and here we go. All right, I ordered this off of Amazon. All right, this is beef tallow. This container was $24.
Wait, that's about Wagyu?
It's not about Wagyu. I guess it's Wagyu beef tallow.
I don't know about that one.
Okay, well,
that's something lean.
Wagyu is like heavy fat. What are you talking about?
Not the stuff we were looking at in the store. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that one. Okay. I use the, look, $2.69. These are the traditional. There's nothing on them. When you go into the back, it says fried pork, skin, salt. That's it. Now, I made a mistake. Because, you know, when you turn carnivore, there's some things that you have that you don't use anymore. And the NutriBullet was one. I'm like, okay, I'm not grinding up vegetables or anything like that. So I put a bag of pork rinds in there. And this, the oil and everything. So do not make this mistake, but I will use it. These, all I did was put them in, and I used my rolling pin. But my rolling pin is not downstairs right now, so I won't do it again.
Where's your rolling pin?
I was using it to roll your back when I gave you a massage. Now, you thought I wasn't going to say it?
Ooh.
Yeah, that was, because you know you will wear me out.
You turned me into a traditional skin.
So, this is a bag that I did, right? So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these and pour inside of here. So, you can see. All right. So this is now trash, but I'm not gonna touch the trash. And just because, I'm gonna go ahead and pour these in because I'm not getting ready to let them go to waste. And it's gonna mix with the others. And it is what it is. And we don't need to open up that bag.
Wait, is that gonna be enough?
Yeah.
How many pieces of chicken are you cooking?
I will count them over here because let me tell you what I did in regards to the chicken. I brine the chicken with salt water. All right, so I put kosher salt in here, and it has been sitting. It was only supposed to be 24 hours, but it's been 48 hours because I was busy. All right, so you have to rinse this, or it's gonna taste like you eating salt. All right, so I'm gonna pour that off. Pour some cold water over it. This just a little drink. I'm gonna take each piece and do it almost like I'm washing it to make sure, right? Bam, up. Oh yeah, that's cold water. Heat it up.
So you're gonna cook this in the house. Last time you did it, we were outside.
I did it outside, right? But because you had talked about what I got on, because I'm at home today, and it's like, I didn't understand why you wanted me to dress up. You know what? No, I wasn't. I was just on the ship. Anyway, so I didn't want to put, like, street clothes on to cook fried chicken.
Why not?
Because then your clothes will
You got a show.
I have a show?
You have a show.
Just keep the camera up top, sir. Just keep the camera up top.
You look like
I look like your wife. Whatever it is, I look like your wife.
Why, like she stepped out of bed and went to Walmart.
This is my Walmart outfit. I'm not fooling with you.
Wait a minute. Why don't you mention what you cooked yesterday? I saw you in here rolling bacon around, some hot peppers and...
Well, first of all, what I said to you can't keep you damn. First of all, I had said that the only reason why I'm making it, well, first, you know I eat jalapeno peppers. I do that. I mainly do it only on the ship, though, because I eat them right out the jar, okay? I don't eat pickles, but I eat them out the jar. So I went and got some jalapeno peppers, and cream cheese is borderline. Some carnivores do it, and I wrapped it in bacon. But that was supposed to be my secret, but then here you go tell it.
You can cut it out.
No, we ain't cut that out. We transparent.
You told me you tell all.
Well, if I wasn't, I am now. All right, so bam. Now, come roll it up. See how you get to roll that while you was talking about it. Okay, so this is tallow. What had happened was I had it in the cabinet and I didn't feel like scooping it out. So I put it in some warm water and I forgot. And here it is. Oh, wait, there it went. I ain't even need that.
I thought you were in here boiling some honey.
Honey?
Yeah, it looked like honey.
No. This is the tallow. And
you ain't got the stove on.
No, I don't. I'm just getting that over in here. Y'all know I put this on the show. This is Element.
Your weekly subscription.
But I just canceled it, and here's the reason why. I'm going to have to buckle down and do the regular. Because that little bit of sugar, not sugar, sweetener in it, it's nice, but I find where, even though it don't last long, you start craving for things. And that's probably how I end up with them jalapenos. And so once these are gone, I'm going to end up doing just the regular. So I did cancel the subscription today. So we got this one and another one over there, which doesn't mean I have to use these. I'll just wait for the other ones to go. All right, so that's on. This is going. Okay, I'll say it again. This is already salted, right? Just like you would do chicken. I mean, if this was flour.
I thought last time you had it a little more granular than that, no? Didn't you? I forgot how you did it last time. But I thought it was a little more granular than that. I don't think. I mean, that's fine, but
What you want, like a big old piece of skin? I mean, pork rind on it.
I do. I was just trying to remember how you did it.
Well, all you need to remember is that good old flavor.
Yeah, it's good. Well, Mrs. Brown, we hanging with you today. While you embark upon a cooking expedition for the people. Highly requested.
All right. So I tried to make sure that it got all underneath, even under the skin. That because as that fries up, this skin is going to be really good. All right. There you go. And remember that the chicken was already brined in kosher salt and water. And so now we just, okay, I only use a thermometer. This is it.
What's the temperature setting on the electric stove we got on about?
But right now I'm finna have it up on high, so it'll just go and do what it gotta do, and then I turn it to medium. I'm only doing 2 at a time because they big, a lot of oil. I want it to fry. So, see those whatchamacallits that came up? I'll pour those out.
What is that? Oh, the
bacon bits, bacon, whatever skin.
skin?
Yeah.
Why would you pull them out?
I don't need it just cooking and burning my grease.
That's what I'm saying. I thought you had
Thought I
grind
was
them a little more before. Grinding them a little more. When we need them.
you can't get any grinder than that because I told you it turns into oil. Now that my skin is healed, I need that meat to cook. So bam. Make sure there's room around it.
So there's a method to what you're doing then, right?
Method always to my madness.
All right, so explain that again.
Now,
You
here's
said
the
about
thing.
the skin?
Here's the thing. Flour is a whole different thing. But because flour is almost gluey to me. You got the moisture from the chicken, the flour, so then sometimes people even double dip or double coat. So that's a whole different story when it comes down to using it like this. It's almost as if you're frying it. So what I try to do is get that skin mainly stay intact, and now it's on that side where it's just to cook the meat. Mm-hmm. And then once I feel comfortable in the cooking of the meat, I turn it over so I can go ahead and really crisp the skin.
So the objective is to leave the skin on top when you first start to cook, right?
No, I put it in on the skin side.
Or put it on the skin side. Okay.
I do that, and
Gotcha.
that way it's like, bam, my skin
Gotcha.
is there. Now it's on the meat side
Gotcha.
cooking. And then before it's time to come out, that skin needs to be crisp. So then I turn it.
Got
Don't ask me about no temperature and all of that. Because the
temperature.
ancestors cook my chicken. Hey, normally when I fry chicken, it's at 5. Vegetable oil.
it cooks hotter. The vegetable oil cooks
Yeah,
hotter.
this right here, it's like, I give it a little more heat.
Okay. Now, again, my inquiry was pretty much for those that are watching to make sure that, if they wanted to try this, at least try your method and see, they may come up with their own, but have an understanding of what
Now,
it is
one of
you
the
were
things
doing.
I haven't done is with the pork rinds in the air fryer. I haven't done that.
That doesn't sound good.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. It just seems like they'll fall off. I don't know.
Yeah, it's falling off some in here.
Yeah, but it's in the grease, so it's still part of the flavoring. Whereas
Yes, now that it is.
if it's just in a dry container, I don't know that how much of that is you really lose with the flavoring. So the
This
first time you did
I
it, we were
tried it.
outside on the grill, not the grill, but outside in
We
the
have a fryer.
the fryer, the deep fryer, the turkey fryer. And
Well,
are you
it's a turkey
finding?
fryer, but I use a smaller pot. It's
Right,
that
right.
type.
Right. So are you noticing any difference in how it's cooking now as opposed to the first
Yes,
time?
because that other pot I found where, okay, number one, that other pot was wider. And with it being wider, the oil was not as high. Does that make sense for you?
Okay, being wider, so it
So the pot was like wider, so of course my oil didn't come up as much, which made me buy the other tallow.
right. So you didn't have as much coverage
Correct.
over the meat.
Now, this particular container is perfect in the cast iron skillet, so that experience is better.
So actually, you got full submersion now, whereas before
Better
we only had
submersion.
partial submersion.
Yeah. Yeah, you taste this whole thing.
Looks good, man. Man,
I knew you was getting ready to say that.
and I throw this stuff away. And a little hot.
Well, that's
Y'all just don't know. That was pretty good.
All right, so here's the piece. That right there you can't hear is nice and crispy. There you go.
Yes, looks
Let,
good.
let me taste it.
Careful, it's hot. It's good. I know it is. My baby can
See
cook.
y'all next time. Mwah. Do you think they enjoyed this?
I hope they did. I really did. I enjoyed making it.
All right. And if
All
they
right.
enjoyed it, what should they do?
Like, share, and subscribe. And you know what? Take a look at this video.